Alright, so here we are with part 2 of my 100% playthrough of Dark Souls 1, where we will begin with heading into the New Londo ruins. Once we got past all of the ghosts in the area, we picked up the key to the seal, which we will use to lower the water to enter the area where the Four Kings are. Now, just before we do the Four Kings, I did go back to the Chaos Servant and pop 30 humanity to level up the next rank here, which I did, and from doing so, gained the pyromancy called Chaos Storm. Now here I am making my way over to the Fogged Ball just before fighting the Four Kings, and I'm just going to show this quick clip of what happened to me when I first tried this.
Do I need to put this ring on? I can't use it. Do I just wear it and... Ring symbolizes its wearer, like Artorias herself, can traverse the abyss. I mean, it's going to have to get rid of all my rings. What now? Do I jump? There is a note down. Do I just jump?
So yeah, it took me probably about 20 minutes to work out to actually put the ring on, to actually traverse the abyss, and then yeah, that happened, so I've learned my lesson for next time.
It didn't work.
Crap! So, made a little jump down. I nearly actually made the same mistake I did the first time, but we ended up getting into the abyss safely. And we actually managed to take down the Four Kings first try somehow. Did it first try when I first did the this playthrough years ago, and managed to first try them again, so pretty happy with that. And that's our first Lord Soul. So after I collected the Lord Vessel, I didn't actually go and talk to Frampt and put the Lord Vessel down. Instead, I've had to ignore him, head down to the Four Kings, defeat the Four Kings, and talk to Kath instead, which will actually enable me to join his covenant, and that is actually the only way you can get around to joining it. And in doing so, he actually takes me down to where you would normally put the Lord Vessel down. And after placing the Lord Vessel down, we can now go back and actually join the Covenant as well, which is the Darkgrave Covenant. And in here it'll get the Dark Hand, which is an item that we'll need. So I went back to the Demon Ruins quickly just to get infected with one of these egg-like creatures, because we're going to need to do that for a further item in a minute. And here I am just quickly killing the Ceaseless Discharge just to get rid of the lava so we can progress. And if you notice here, my head started scratching, which is an indication that the egg is then going to hatch. And now I've got a form of a parasite on my head now, which I've never done before. So if you go back to this guy, he will actually offer you 2 pyromancies to learn, which is Poison Mist and Toxic Mist. Poison Mist we actually already had in our inventory, so Toxic Mist was the only one we needed. A little bit expensive, but we need it to progress the game anyway. And then I had a few more souls left over here, so I decided to upgrade my Pyromancy Flame, which we will need to have an NPC spawn at a later stage. And this is just one item that you need here. You need to go near this undead sleeping dragon and pick up Astora's Straight Sword. And you can also grab the Dragon Crest Shield as well, both items you need. And here I am just quickly getting rid of the Hydras just to get a Dragon Scale and the Dust Crown Ring. This is only needed to access the NPC at the start of the DLC, which we'll need. And here we are just killing the Golden Golem, where she will spawn for us. Now, something a bit weird happened with the spawning. I don't know if I needed to rest at the bonfire for it to happen, but she's meant to spawn down here, and there's even a note here saying here. So I don't know if that was an indication it was meant to be here or not, but fortunately I went around this corner thinking she would be there, and I fell to my death. I thought, okay, let's just give the game a quick reset, found my souls, and then found a summon sign down here, which then activated, which caused her to summon back into the world. So yeah, she's got a couple of magic items that we need to put up the last 2 here, Hidden Body and Hidden Weapon, as well as all the others, and that's all the items that we need from her. Oh yeah, I'm just quickly finishing off the Demon Fire Sage, which we will get I believe the Demon Catalyst from this, which is another item that we need for the 100% in the game. And also, because I've leveled up the Servant Covenant to the next rank, that will also give me access to this door, which I've never done before, which will lead us to the Sunlight Maggots, which we can kill to get the Sunlight Helmet. Also get a bunch of sunlight medals as well, and also more importantly to actually save Solaire. Anyway, I'm just quickly killing the centipede demon, get that boss out of the way, and along the orange charred ring, which allows us to walk through lava. And here I am just quickly talking to Solaire just to exhaust some of his dialogue. And there I've just leveled up my fave up to 25, which means I can join the Sunlight Covenant now. And here I am just joining it just to get the achievement to pop. We do need to still offer the Sunlight medals and also use Gwyn's soul for the final achievement. But on joining the Covenant, we do actually get the miracle that we need, which is the Lightning Spear. And here we are into probably one of my least favourite areas, the Catacombs. Most of this I did just run through, but we did have a couple of slight mishaps along the way, including this one.
Excuse me, don't mind me. Don't mind me.
The edge
Ah,
by some skeletons and landed in the area that I do actually need to go to, but unfortunately hit the ground pretty hard. And within literally minutes of that first death, this happened as well. So I was a little bit confused at what was going on here. Like, I thought this bridge was going to turn back and you had to run across, because I've never seen this before. But turns out, Patches is here. I had no idea he was here until I thought you only met him down at the very bottom of the Tomb of the Giants, but turns out he's here helping you. I also found this random bonfire, which I've never ever found in my life, just hidden behind a fake wall. Now here I am just traversing down this pit safely this time, just to get to the bottom and talk to the blacksmith that's down here. And at the time, I actually had no idea what was down here, and then this cutscene kicked in. I had no idea what was going on. And then this creepy old skeleton just emerges from the darkness with a pickaxe, knocks down this wall, and yeah, it turns out this guy is what we would need to make the fire and chaos weapons later on in the game. And bumped into another Black Knight and got a very, very lucky drop, getting the Black Knight Great Axe. And here's everyone's favourite easy boss, Pinwheel. Quickly getting past him and making our way down to the bottom of the Tomb of the Giants. But before we even start traversing that, we also have to include a pretty hilarious death. Classic gravity, never ever 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 fails to amaze me. But after that we safely traverse down to the very bottom where Patches is and head over to the bonfire. Now we've just run over past this Titanite demon to pick up some Eyes of Death, which we're going to need to offer to Nito in a minute, which I'm going to do in a second. But quickly ran past and headed over to the coffin, which you need to enter just by the skin of my teeth. And this actually takes you down to where Nito is. Again, I've never done this before, but I had no idea that you could actually join his covenant this way. Now, I did have a pretty worrying bug here. I went to join the covenant and nothing happened. I could join the covenant, but no achievement, and it was really alarming at the time because I didn't want this to mess up. But I joined the covenant anyway. It got the Gravelord's sword and one of the miracles that we'll need, which is the Gravelord sword dance. So the achievement still didn't pop at this point, but at a later stage in New Game Plus, I do run back to join the Covenant straight away, and it does unlock, which I will show in a later video. Now just running past some skeletons here to pick up a very important item, which is a Dark Moon Sense Ring, which we would need to join Gwendolyn's Covenant and also fight him as a boss. And just doing a bit more further exploring and finding the miracle, Tranquil Walk of Peace. And here I am just letting Patches have a little bit of fun and kick me into the pit, where I can get a couple of miracles by killing these next two guys and unlocking a miracle called Replenishment. Now we will speak to her at a later stage in the game, and she will also be offering us a few more miracles. And here she is back just before where we fought the gargoyles, and she sells a bunch of miracles here which I'm going to pick up. And here I am just killing up a few of the basilisks here just to get some Eyes of Death, which we're going to need to level up Nito's Covenant. Now down here I need to pick up the Divine Ember, which is probably the worst spot ever to pick up an item. I did attempt it once, and here was my second attempt trying to get it. Here we go. Go boys, go! Oh, it's the Ember!
Oh! Go! Fucking run! Ah, yes! Come on! Oh, that was awful. I'm never going back down there again. Now here I went back to talk to Oswald, who you meet after defeating the gargoyles, to pick up a miracle called Karmic Justice, which cost a grand total of 40,000 souls. And then I went back to Nito to offer the 10 Eyes of Death to pick up the miracle Gravelord Greatsword Dance. And there's still no luck with the achievement popping for joining the Covenant as well. Now this is something I don't tend to do with Souls games, is summon. I try and do as many bosses as I can without summoning, but I thought, I've done the game before, I'm going to treat myself to a summon, and we summoned this guy called Bartian, and this is what happened after we summoned him. So we had to go human anyway to take down this Dark Spirit Paladin Leroy, as he drops 2 items that we need, which is Grant and the shield called Sanctus. And then this is what followed on after. I don't want to like accidentally knock this guy off the side. You idiot. I completely jinxed that. I feel slightly responsible for that. Why? Why did he roll? He didn't need to roll. So yeah, Bartian didn't last the whole journey towards Nito, and then to make life even worse, this happened. I'm stuck in the map. Oh, you're having a laugh. First Barton dies, and now I'm stuck in the map. I don't fucking believe it. I am lost for words. So yeah, that was a little bit of rotten luck, losing my summon and also getting glitched into the map, but after a couple more attempts we defeated Nito and got our second Lord Soul. Now following that, I used the souls that I acquired to pick up these last pyromancies, and also upgraded my Pyromancy Flame to +10, which will then have another NPC spawn in Blighttown, which we will see shortly. And here is Quilana at the bottom of Blighttown, where she actually sells the last remaining Pyromancers we need for that achievement. Some are very expensive, but we do end up getting them in a second. And just before we fight the Bed of Chaos, we come across one of the other daughters and have to kill her to drop the catalyst, which is the Izalith catalyst. And also just after killing her, there is a chest here with a pyromancy in it called Chaos Fire Whip. And then here we go, fighting the Bed of Chaos. This boss took me about 5 attempts, I think. A lot of just falling off the map. But eventually we got to the end, defeated the boss, and got our 3rd Lord Soul. And then with the souls that we got for killing the boss, we bought the last remaining pyromancies and unlocked the achievement for unlocking all pyromancies. I am holding my breath here as one of the achievements didn't unlock, so I was just expecting the same outcome. And now we're heading down to where Gwendolyn is. I have already defeated Gwendolyn in my previous playthrough and already joined the Covenant. The only thing I haven't done is level up the Covenant by offering the Souvenir of Reprisals. I believe we need 10 of these from the Painted World from the Crow enemies, which I've done a lot of the grinding of for the medals and those off stream. And here I am the next day, just showing that I've got 10 of the Sunlight medals and 10 of the Souvenir of Reprisals ready to offer to our Covenants. And here I am just exhausting Big Hat Logan's dialogue, as we're going to be interacting with him when we get to the area where Seath is. And here I am just offering those 10 Sunlight medals to unlock the Miracle Great Lightning Spear. And also doing the same for the Dark Moon Covenant to unlock the miracle called Dark Moon Blade. And here I am killing Gwendolyn just to get the boss soul, as we'll need it to crafting a weapon later on, and also picking up another miracle at the end called the Sunlight Blade. And here we are in the Duke's Archives, already been captured, so we're just heading to the bottom here, killing these 2 enemies to pick up 2 more miracles, which is the Soothing Sunlight and the Bountiful Sunlight, and also talking to Big Hat Logan. which we will need to free once we find the key to unlock the cell. Now, a little bit further on here into the archives, we pick up a sorcery called the Strong Magic Shield. And here we are just picking up the Crystal Ember, which we'll need to make crystal weapons later on. This chest contains the cell key that we'll need to free Big Hat Logan as well, so we can progress his storyline. And here we are letting him out of his cell and exhausting his dialogue, so he moves over to the next location. So what we need to do here, I believe, is purchase all of the crystal magic that he has, which we haven't actually bought yet, and then exhaust all his dialogue. He starts going insane, and then we end up fighting him at a later stage in the game. But before I do that, I need to kill Seath to actually get some souls to do that, but I'm on my way here to pick up a blue Titanite slab, which we'll need for our weapon crafting later on. This one was very, very tricky to get to though. And here we are getting, I believe, our final tail weapon, which is the Moonlight Greatsword. And also dispersing of Seath the Scaleless to get our fourth and final Lord Soul. So with all the boss souls done, ready to fight Gwyn, I thought I'd just get a couple of last little achievements wrapped up. So here I'm just leveling up the lightning spear that we picked up in Sen's Fortress to +5, which will give us our lightning achievement. And here I am doing exactly the same with the enhanced weapon. Now the first time I tried this with Onion Knight, I actually failed and he died, and I thought I'd give this a second attempt to see if I can actually get his questline done. And fortunately, he actually survived this time. And here we are at the very end of Onion Knight's quest, where we get our reward of a Titanite slab. And just getting another achievement here for leveling up an occult weapon to max reinforcement as well. So this is actually the first area that you meet Seath originally. So if you actually go back here, there's a chest here where you can actually pick up the large magic ember to make magic weapons, which is where we end up fighting Big Hat Logan. But because I haven't purchased all the magic yet, he won't move. So I've purchased all the magic from him now, and then exhausting his dialogue, and then he starts going a little bit insane. And here we end up killing him. He has no clothes on apart from his hat. But he ends up dropping the sorcery that we need, which is the white dragon breath, and also his hat as well, and catalyst. And that is actually the last sorcery that we needed as well, which is why we needed to complete Big Hat Logan's questline. So that's more or less everything for achievements, I believe, apart from the ending we were going to do. So now we're going to offer the Lord Souls, make our way over to Gwyn. But before we do that, this is the best place to get Black Knight weapons, as they just keep continuously respawning. So we killed a couple here, managed to get the Black Knight Greatsword to drop. And the last one I need is, I believe, the Halberd, which I left for this playthrough and left it for just the next run that we do. So I thought it would be a fitting end, as we actually saved Solaire, to actually summon him for the final boss to fight Gwyn, as a little treat for ending the game. And here we are, just absolutely destroying Gwyn and finishing the game and getting the final soul that we needed, which we actually do need twice to make a boss weapon and also offer at the Altar of Sunlight. And this is the only ending achievement I've not done yet, which is actually linking the fire, which we are going to do now to get the last achievement for this first run of Dark Souls 1.
Fortunately, you can't really see my character's face. Oh no. Just very briefly saw his little face. Like, wow, on fire.
And there's the link to the fire achievement unlocking right there. So thanks very much for watching part 2 of my 100% playthrough of Dark Souls 1. The New Game Plus now should be a case of just defeating bosses. We shouldn't need to do any more NPC interactions, anything like that. It should just be a case of killing all the bosses, getting the boss souls that we need, and actually start crafting boss weapons. And then we've also got a couple of the weapons like the fire and the chaos one to do as well. And then I think we need, I believe there's 5 weapon drops that we need from certain enemies, which I need to do as well. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, a comment, and please subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And I will speak to you guys on the next one. Thanks very much for watching.